Hey guys, it's me, Luke, and can you guess what this is? Of course you can if you're a long-time viewer of mine. I haven't really made a video because, the usual excuse, but let me get that out of the way, but I decided since tonight I have the house to myself, it's relaxing and all that, that I will go on an entire thing of making computer videos, which will be really fun. And I have not, and some of these computers that I'm going to show you, I have not even used in about a year or so. So the first one is, this is the old family computer. This is, what was it? Alright, let me tell you the story. Back in the mid to late 90s, when the PCs were really, really expensive, my dad decided that since he's such a computer techno, and I think that's where I got it from, and he taught me a lot of what I know today, he learned that back then the cheapest way to get a computer was to order the parts online, and it was a heck of a lot cheaper than buying them in store or something. And he got the case from this company that, although is still functional, is not really making old computer stuff anymore. They've since made it typical blah 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 stuff. And he got this case from 5 o'clock computers, and I know what everyone thinks. This case looks really, really unique, and that's what I really like about it. Although I really like white boxes, it is a kind of different, unique thing from a usual white box. And along with that, he got a 8.4 gigabyte hard drive, which was a Western Digital 84AA, a 128 megs of RAM, a Celeron running at 300 megahertz, PC chips, and 756 MRT motherboard, and I think the original CD-ROM in this was 52 speed, I believe. No, 50X A3 from probably 1999. And we used this computer as our main family computer from about July of 2000 to July of 2002. And no, it was June of 2000 to July of 2002. So we used this for about 2 years. We used this for 2 years and 1 month. And it was a really good computer, except my dad, although he liked 98 on it, he didn't like that, back before the Windows 98 bug fix was there. This computer would always hang at shutdown, and that's why I've always noticed. And because of that, I think around October 2000 or early to mid 2001, he upgraded this computer to Windows 2000 Professional. And to this day, I still ask him, how the heck did you run that on Windows 2000? Because Celeron 300 and 128 megs of RAM is not a good combination in this. And I remember actually playing on this computer when I was a little kid. I know it was the computer I played on because my dad had a Midtown Madness on here, and he completed all the stuff, and that's what I remember on here. And it was a really awesome, fun computer to play on until I don't know what happened to it. I heard from my dad that when I first opened this up right here, there were crayon things right here, and my dad said one of the causes of the failure of this computer was there were crayon things all around right there. And I think that was caused, the culprit was my brother John, who was kind of naive back then, and I mean my brother, and because of that, the hard drive crashed. I don't know what happened to it exactly, but it crashed, and I actually found it in I actually found the hard drive itself in 2012, but the thing is, I had no idea it was the original hard drive until 2013, and I found this computer in storage in a really rough period in my life. It was 2012, and I always wanted a Windows 98 computer, but the thing is, I'll explain. It's a really, really long story, but the thing is, oh, that's my phone. The thing is that, wait, never mind. The thing is that it was so expensive on eBay, and I could not find anything. And so my dad said that we used to have a computer, and he told me all the stuff and all that, and I somehow got this running. What was the issues with it? When I first got it, it didn't have a hard drive because the hard drive crashed, and my dad tried all the old house remedies, putting it in the freezer, trying to make it spin up, stuff like that, and it did not work. But I'll get to that later. But when this was first here, it had this original 128 meg chip, which I actually wouldn't mind if I found it somewhere around here. It had a crappy, I mean, Intel Celeron isn't the worst, but 300 megahertz on here was quite bad. The main cause of it was it would make this really weird noise. The bearings would make a really loud noise, and I think the fan was dying, and the CPU was also dying or not fully connected, because a lot it would not even turn on, and then you would have to leave it on for like 15 minutes, and then it would finally do that, and then what was it? CPU clock speed not set, or CPU error. And after that happened so much, I was just done. And then I found out that we had an old Intel Pentium. I scrapped out of a, now that I wish I saved it now, it was actually almost as unique as this. It was pretty much the same case, except it was red, and it had a more unique power button. And I kind of wish I saved the computer, but my 12-year-old naive self did not. And it was an old server from where my dad used to work. Anyway, I got the Pentium free from there, and that's what's been in here ever since. I made the upgrade before I even made YouTube videos, I think. I might have one recording of it running Windows 2000. I don't know, but so enough. And I first had a Western Digital 10.2 gigabyte hard drive in here, and then it failed because there were so many bad sectors on it, and even the BIOS was saying it's bad, and when the BIOS says it's bad, it is bad. So I decided to remove it and install a 20 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive, which was the main hard drive on here for about 2 years. It's still working, but kind of here comes the story. In March of 2013, I found a pile of old hard drives that my dad had. A lot of them he scrapped, which I'm still kind of mad at him for, but some of them he saved, and there's an old Western Digital 8.4 gigabyte hard drive, and it turns out it was the original hard drive. It had all our stuff. I mean, I had to use password reset since we had no idea what the password was, but it was awesome. It was like going back in time. All the stuff, everything was like just as it was almost like a time capsule. It was like everything was set just as it was back in 2002. And the good thing about it was we found a lot of old data on there that we actually never transferred, and luckily for me, my dad asked me to transfer all this stuff from here since he wouldn't mind if he checked out all this stuff, and it had a lot of cool stuff and pictures, documents, the whole shebang. And it was entire bliss until the hard drive, I think, corrupted the operating system to the point, and I made the mistake of formatting it, and I still have the hard drive, but just for sentimental reasons, but at least I got the documents off there, and here goes the story. In February of 2014, I'll show the inside later. In February of 2014, I really wanted to get the original hard drive, so I searched up the hard drive model. There was a listing on eBay for about, what was it, $10, and I asked my dad if I could get it, and he said yes, because he also wanted to kind of see what it was like. And so we bought it and installed it on here, and it's been good ever since. I have it. This thing runs Windows 98 2nd edition, so let me set the camera down for a second, unplug it, the whole shebang, and we'll be right back. Oh, and if you're wondering, that's my dog barking. Anyway, first off, oh, well, I guess I'll have to turn on the light first. Alright, this will get a better view of it. Oh, let me unplug the Ethernet cable. So here's